announcing that they are going to be garnishing wages for Americans with student loans who are in default. Now, that's about 5 million Americans at this point, but the Education Department is actually expecting that to grow potentially to 10 million. This is, of course, the first time the Trump administration is looking at taking funds out of a paycheck to repay those loans that are currently in default. The Education Department says that they will begin in the new year with a group of just 1,000, and then from there they will expand that to more who are in default with those paychecks. So, of course, this is going to impact millions of Americans and comes as the Trump administration is continuing to try to find ways to reduce the debt, reduce the deficit, and pay off these student loans.
So it appears that the Trump administration wants to put check cashing places back in business because it'll be a cold day in hell that they get one bread cent from me for student loans while sending all my money overseas. And that's any administration, to be honest. I would remove my entire digital footprint that includes bank account and anything else before I would ever give them my money. And then I also find it quite interesting that we are at record numbers of unemployment, specifically caused by this administration. Who exactly are y'all looking to get money from? And wouldn't you think it'd be more befitting to keep those people employed?
Garnishing your wages? Garnishing your wages? Garnishing your wages? Wow, that is low. That is low for student loan debt. To the American people, they don't even want to figure out healthcare. They don't want to figure out healthcare for the American people, but they are going to start garnishing people's wages for student loan debt. People who are going to college to educate themselves, then to go to work in this workforce that y'all are garnishing wages now. Oh, what are they really trying to do? The price of rent going up, grocery prices going up, gas is going up, everything, the price of everything is going up. Do you think that logically I would think that the next move in this economy that lost over 1 million jobs this year is to then go start garnishing people's wages, and people are worried about even being able to afford health care? People who are literally sitting here trying to figure out how to be able to afford everything because everything costs so much. The word is supposed to be affordability. Now they're garnishing wages. They are actively against us.
The Trump administration wants to garnish your wages. Okay, so basically they want to start in next year for doing that because people are not paying on their loans. So student loans are considered default after 270 days. After a borrower has defaulted, the person must get a proper notice, 30-day notice, that their wages are going to get garnished. So this will start happening with the first 1,000 people January 7, 2026. 1,000 people will get a 30-day notice to start paying, or they're going to get their wages garnished. Okay, so 5 million borrowers, and it could rise 4% more in the coming months of borrowers being defaulted on their student loans. So 5 million people are at risk of losing a big chunk of their paychecks. The government can withhold up to 15% of a person's income. Okay? The government can also take that 15% out of an income tax, disability benefits, and social security checks. But for this to happen, the person has to make 30 times the federal minimum wage. And I don't think anybody at this time is making 30 times the federal minimum wage. So they're just going to be taking your money out, and you're just like, oh my gosh, like my paycheck is just so much smaller. Because they don't take it out of your gross, they take it out of your net, which what you bring home. That's what they take it out of, that 15%. So they can take it out of anything they want because they're trying to recoup that money. So this will leave people, oh my God, probably without homes, cars, whatever, food, because a lot of people are not seeing their, paychecks increase. I know I'm not. I'm not. And the housing and the food and everything is steadily going up, but they want their money. But they're giving money to Ukraine, Israel, and I think Venezuela. They gave some money to, like a big chunk of money to. It's crazy. But they said they need their money. But hell, what do I know? I'm just a talking head. Have a great day, YouTube.
The government is about to start garnishing wages for student loan debt. And of course, that's what they're choosing to do now. And isn't it interesting because they literally just sat there and said that a bunch of degrees that were considered professional are no longer professional degrees. And then after that, now they're going to be garnishing people's wages because of student loan debt. Like, first of all, garnishing wages in this economy with the way the world currently looks is actually insane. Like, as if people already aren't having to figure out a situation in order to just be able to afford to live right now. You know what I mean? And then on top of that, to start garnishing wages, as if the government isn't already taking a bunch of money and then doing whatever they want with it and not actually putting it back into our own country. Like, they literally send the money off to other places. That is insane to me. That is insane. And especially just during this time that we're currently in, for them to be like, oh, well, we're now going to start garnishing wages because of student loan debt. That's very calculated and very intentional. And it's actually disgusting, because what do you mean? People already are having an issue just with basic living at this point because everything costs so much money. And then on top of that, now they're going to start garnishing wages because of student loan debt. I mean, if people said that they were going to pay the loans back, why don't you just let them pay them back eventually? And on top of that, I don't believe that there should even be student loan debt. Someone needs to hack that system and clear out all the debt completely and literally make it so it can never be like traced back. And it can never be brought back. Like, there's no save of the numbers of how much money everyone owes for student loan debts. Like, that's just ridiculous anyway. It genuinely is. And it's kind of diabolical, but it's like, I really think that this government is simply just not for the people. It is just so clear to see. Seriously.
Garnishing my check for student loans is crazy. That just feels so illegal, because how dare you? As a citizen of this country, I deserve the right to a free education. And I guess I could have had that if I went to a community college, but I wanted to stay on campus. Regardless, my education should have been free here. Oh, they can kiss my ass.
If your student loans are currently in default, look at here and listen to me good. It won't be a Merry Christmas or a Happy New Year if they start garnishing your wages in January, which is what they plan to do. And who is they? Trump, the Department of Education, and that wrestling lady. Trump and his administration will start garnishing the wages of student loan borrowers that are in default in early January. More than 5 million student loan borrowers are currently in default, and that could swell to roughly 10 million borrowers very soon. But if you're in default and you're not sure what to do, I got you. Write this down. Number one, act immediately. Before they can start taking your money and garnishing your wages, they have to send you a notice of intent to garnish. Once you get this, you have a 30-day window. Within that 30-day window, you need to either enter into a repayment agreement, request a hearing, get a rehab, consolidate your loans, and contact your attorney general. Number two, get out of that default. You can either go into loan rehab, make some on-time monthly payments, consolidate your loans, or ask for a hardship. Number three, get yourself a hearing, get a written request, delay that garnishment, and provide evidence of financial hardship. Number four, try to negotiate a repayment arrangement, demonstrate hardship, and update any contact information that you need to. And contact your attorney general immediately. No matter who holds your loans, Mohila, Nelnet, or Advantage, my student loan templates are still available and they're very effective. So get them, fight back, get rid of that garnishment today.
And what's this foolishness I hear about America talking about, oh, if y'all don't pay y'all student loans back in 2026, we garnishing wages. Oh, baby, we about to pull the biggest Uno reverse back on y'all. Because what you mean you garnishing wages? The way I'm about to turn into a deadbeat baby daddy on America, you got to have the wages to garnish in order to garnish something. Huh? You going to have the wages to garnish in order to garnish something. The way we about to make some shit shake collectively. If you weren't able to get the money by choice before, what makes you think you're going to get it by force? I'm concerned and where some of these leaders' minds are at. Because we collectively watch them rob this country blind for well over a year. And y'all think y'all finna have y'all hand in our pockets, all up in my coin purse? If you don't get the fuck out my face and go contact Marjorie Taylor Greene, go contact Elon Musk, go call the Ghostbusters, bitch, if you have to. But when I tell you, you ain't getting a fuck thing from me, I've already forgiven myself. We got a president. We got a president that is a felon, that is a well-known fraudster, schemester. You ain't getting a fuck thing from me. Go ask that man for that fucking money. Go ask that man for that fucking money. All the bullshit y'all put us through in 2025, you can kiss the blackest part of my asshole. And despite all of the shit we went through in 2025, a lot of us barely made it out by the skin of our teeth. And we're still making shit happen, rubbing two nickels together. And here you go with your hand out once again. Go ask Israel for that fucking money. Because I ain't got it. And you ain't gonna find shit over here. You hear me? Let me tell you something. I come from a long line of ancestors that know how to make some shit shake. Do you hear me? Pookie and Peanut and them. We know how to make some shit shake. When y'all talking about y'all coming at the money, we'll make sure the money ain't there, but I guarantee you we'll still get what we need. Everything will be done. Everything will be done. I guarantee you things will still be taken care of. Go ask that man Benjamin Netanyahu for that fucking money. Get the fuck out of our face. The bullshit y'all put us through. Like, bitch, you out your mad ass, monkey ass mind. And the fact that a lot of y'all is sitting up here scared, talking about, oh, you've been garnish on wages, you've been garnish on wages. Okay, well, you can garnish my wages when you actually show us your accounts. When you get a financial audit and you find when the Pentagon pass a financial audit. When the Pentagon passes an audit, then you will get that money. But as of right now, for 8 years straight, the Pentagon has not passed their audit, which tells us that American tax dollars are not being spent correctly. So until those things are set straight, I don't know what the fuck to tell you. And previously, prior to what the fuck is going on right now, y'all were just strong-armed by the Supreme Court to put that $400 billion back into the account so American citizens could eat. Turn the food stamps off so you could rob the food stamp money. And had the Supreme Court not intervened, y'all would have gotten away with that shit too. You needed an extra few days to transfer the funds back into the account when the funds weren't supposed to be missing to begin with. Get the fuck out my motherfucking face. Didn't y'all just approve another $30 billion to go over to Israel for their annual defense budget? Get the fuck out my face. Get the fuck out my face. Get the fuck out my face. Talking about some damn wages being garnished. The fuck out my face with that bullshit.